Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. It's me again, Jen. Hello! And we are working today with the Sakki Sakki Tarot deck, which we are comparing to the Rider-Waite deck. I am doing something a little bit different and new this year for 2022 because why not? And though we have looked at the Sakki Sakki Tarot before, and you may see some cards that we have already looked at before, this is a side-by-side comparison, giving you a little bit more depth and a little bit more insight, hopefully, on the meanings of these cards and kind of where the artist got the interpretations from. Hopefully, maybe, sometimes. Let's find out. So I've got today the Star card, and we're going to start with the Rider-Waite version of this card because that way you kind of know where we're coming from. This is one of the major arcana. It is number 17 on the major arcana list, shall we say. We're in the story. It's chapter 17 in the story. It is after all of the chaos of the tower and all of these kinds of things. You come back and you have this abundance and excitement and all of these kinds of things happening. Couple of things to notice about the Star card. One, there is a giant star in the background, and there is usually a giant naked person in the foreground. So we've got, how many stars we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8, I think that for the most part, we're really looking at the 7 stars in the background and the 1 star in the foreground, which is bigger. Because 7s, again, are representative of luck and all those kinds of things. 7 is a very important number numerologically. Try to say that word 3 times fast. And the large star in the center can also represent kind of our biggest star, which is the sun, but represented more in the sense of it is just another star in the universe. But because of who it is to us, it makes it important. And that's what the Star card really is about, is who are you and what is your authentic self. So authenticity should be your big key word for the Star card. Emotion and temperance and balance should also be some big keywords. So the star is sort of scooping water out of this river of life and pouring it onto the earth. Some of the representations of this. The water itself is a nice, calm, cool pool of water. And then the water that is being poured out is obviously making the earth very green and very lush and very abundant. She has her 1 foot in the water. And if you look, it's not even like deeply in the water. She's not really even breaking the surface. It's sort of like, I'm just keeping in touch with this. So this is our inner selves. This is who we are and how we kind of feel on the inside, even though it may be our darker selves or whatnot. This is who we are authentically. Then we take little bits of that and we put it on the earth, or we give it to our friends in a way that will help them grow as well. So it is about growing who you are and shining your light, like our sun does, so that you can shine that light upon others and others can be brighter because of it. So I really like that aspect of this card. It's one of my favorite cards. Also, it represents, to me, one of my dear friends. It represents a few of my dear friends, but one in particular because I think at some point when she comes into her own, she's going to be a total powerhouse. And it's very exciting to watch that happening with an individual, to see them coming into their star energy. I'm going to not mention her name because I don't want to call her out or anything like that. But yes, she knows who she is. A couple other things with this card. If you look in the background, there's kind of a bird of paradise back there, or maybe it's a flamingo. I don't know, it's pink. Anyway, so the bird in the background in the tree is again representative of that freedom to go and fly and be yourself. That's a big energy of this card. So let's see how the Sakki Sakki card represents this in the best way possible. So in this one, this character is diving right into that river of life, that self energy. She is halfway in. You can only see the top half of her body. Her arms are outstretched. And instead of pouring the water, it almost looks like she just threw these jugs of water into the air and they're sort of pouring out all over the place. I cannot imagine somebody with this much somewhat chaotic artistic energy having a star card that looked any different than this. This is that artistic energy of this is who I am. I'm loud and proud about it. I'm gonna spread it all over the place. Just try to hold me back. This is kind of what I hope the people that I know that are represented by the star card kind of turn into, is this overflowing of their self, their authenticity, their who they are all over the place. Because again, we still have the 7 stars represented in the background. We still have the one big star that is them, and they are definitely in the spotlight of this. So you have your spotlight energy, you have her just kind of loving every minute of this and diving right in. That is like my favorite part of this card. I also would like to mention that even though the stars are kind of out at night in this card, they're also, it's more daytime. It's almost like it's that weird twilight time when you can just start to see the stars shining, because the background in both of these cards is more blue than it is black. When you see cards that are gray or black or darkness in the background, that definitely represents the shadow self and darkness and that kind of stuff. When it's blue, it's still kind of that inner self, but it's on the brighter side, shall we say. It's on the, I've already worked through all this stuff. Things are good. Even though this is my inside self, it's still the side that I want people to see. It's still something I want to work with in public. So I like that. Also, we know blue represents emotion, and I definitely think the authentic self is all about emotion. The other thing I haven't mentioned this yet about these cards, but they have this sort of font, kind of crazy font on the bottom, and it does say the star, but it's like right center stage. And I know it's center stage on all of them, but I really feel like if I were to look at this card and go, oh, this is like the billboard for some crazy artist gallery thing, or the billboard for a Lady Gaga or Bjork style artist, I can definitely see this as the cover art for that. So I really like how that is. I'm kind of looking to see if there's anything else. Oh, it's got Aquarius on there. Okay, so the little ripples in the corner are not water. Well, they are, but it's Aquarius. Aquarius energy is also big star energy. This is, they want the world to know how different and unique and exciting they are. And again, this is very much that. And Aquarius being the water bearer, obviously that kind of comes into this with the jugs of water. So all of those things do tie right back into Aquarius. Obviously, if you want to know more about Aquarius energy and any kind of astrology stuff, you can talk to my friend Ra and listen to her Raw Intuition podcast that I am on occasion, usually once a month. I visit with her and we talk tarot and astrology. So hopefully I will have her on here at some point too in the future. Until next time, I hope you've enjoyed kind of breaking down into the Sakki Sakki tarot and comparing it with the more traditional tarot deck. And we will do so much more of these. I'm actually having a lot of fun breaking this down, and I'm learning some really interesting things because I'm kind of taking the time to look at these cards in a different way. And that's one of my favorite things about these videos. I hope you enjoy it too. If you really enjoy tarot and you really enjoy talking about this stuff, check out the links in the description below for Tarot Cafe and classes and all the other crazy tarot stuff I do. If you're interested in readings and you want the Sakki tarot deck in particular, please let me know. I really love to do readings with this deck. They take beautiful pictures with the spreads, and potentially I'm going to share with you guys a different spread every month just to see what happens with each of these decks. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!